Namaste Yatirajaya Vivekanandasuraye Satchit Sukasvarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. My dear devotees, we were discussing Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action. Now, why should we study this Karma Yoga and what is the necessary has been in detail we have discussed in the last 2 or 3 classes. One more probably very subtle point I would like to give as an introduction, and afterwards I would like to go to Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. Karma and action. What is the difference between karma and action? In my previous class I discussed. For an example, a drilling machine does a work. And outside, huge machines we have got today, they are doing lot of work. They do lot of work. Then all of them are karma? No. There are mechanical actions that cannot be called karma. Though we translate the Sanskrit word karma into actions, they cannot be called. Why? Because for karma, the kartrutva bodha and bhoktrutva bodha should be there. The sense of doership and the sense of enjoyership should be there. I am speaking now. I am giving a talk on Karma Yoga. And here offline some devotees are there and online some devotees are there. Neither we have got the consciousness, nor the sense of doership, nor the sense of enjoyership. And there is no moral principle also there. So all these things are required for an action to be karma. For an example, there is a mechanical action called like blood circulation in our body. So can we call that the blood circulation, a mechanical action, blood circulation is a karma? No. Whether I like it or I don't like it, whether I'm conscious or I'm unconscious, whether I'm aware or I'm unaware, the blood circulation goes. It carries on. It's a mechanical action. It is a mechanical action. It cannot be karma. So this subtle difference between karma and action, we should understand. And karma from the effect, the karma effect is tremendous. Why? The effect of karma individually, if you see, it builds my character. It builds my personality. It is the root cause for my success and as well as failure. You may say God, you may say fate, you may say destiny, you may say your parents, you may say the society, the country, the religion, your friends, your enemy. All these people are reason, cause for my success and failure, you may say. Of course, they are all no doubt, but they are all secondary reasons. They are all secondary causes. The primary cause is me only or you only. How it has happened? Because of my karmas, either in the previous life or in the present life. And the effect of karma, broadly when you study the karma theory in deep, only you'll be able to understand all these subtle differences. The karma has got, one is the karma produces vasana and the karma produces karma phala. Of course, at some point of time in some places, Swami Vivekananda uses the vasanas also as the karma phala, effects of karma, no doubt. But karma has got two different aspects or two different effects according to me. The karma brings vasana. Vasana is tendencies, impressions are still probably have a literal translation is desires. I ate popcorn. And afterwards, I got desire, I got vasana, I got desire for popcorn. So whenever I see popcorn, I feel like eating. And I saw somewhere black chocolate, dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate, so that vasana is there in me. Wherever I see dark chocolate, if I got a number of chocolates or a different type of chocolates, I choose dark chocolate. Why? Because of my vasana, because of my desire. Now this karma produces karma phala also, the fruits of action. Now there are a number of people They have got so many desires. They are trying to fulfill. Some of them, yes, their desires are getting fulfilled. For some of them, their desires are not at all getting fulfilled. And for some of them, it is getting partially fulfilled. Why? Because of their karma phala, because of their fruits of action. I had a desire. I have a vasana of eating a dark chocolate, but doesn't mean that I will get it always. Because of my karma phala, fruits of action, I got dark chocolates. So many dark chocolates. Our devotees are so good. If they come to know that I like dark chocolate, they bring so much dark chocolates for me. It's because of my karma phala, fruits of action, I can say. So, depending upon karma, we get vasanas, we get karma phala also. And based on the time of its fructification, we divide the karma phala into agami, prarabdha, sanchita. Prarabdha is, probably I will take you a simple example and afterwards I will go to the technical details. I am working, every month I am getting 2000 or 3000 euros my salary, and it is getting credited into my bank account. I wanted to go picnic with my family or with friends. I withdraw the 2000 euros from my bank account, and I have got 2000 euros cash with me. So when I go out, I may purchase so many things, or I may use for taxi fare, or as a bus fare, so on and so forth. But till 2000 rupees, 2000 euros, I'll be able to spend. Whatever I withdraw from my bank account, that is 2000 euros, that is what called prarabdha karma. So based on my previous life's karma phala, fruits of action, so much is stored in my account. For this life, I withdraw so much karma phala, that is called prarabdha karma phala. For this present life, I have withdrawn so much karma phala, fruits of action. And maybe 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 euros is there in my account. In every month, whenever I get salary, I was able to save some amount. As a result, 15,000 or 20,000 euros has been saved in my bank account, depending on my previous months or years earning. So that is what sanchita karma. In so many lives I have taken, every life I was doing so many actions and all, the actions have produced action results, that is karma phala, and some has been stored. This is called sanchita karma, karma phala. And after picnic and all, after my holidays, again I go back, I start my work, I resume my work, resume my job, and then again month end or the month beginning, I do get again salary. And the salary has been credited, will be credited to my bank account in the forthcoming days. That is called agami, which the fruits of action I am going to get in future. And again, this karma phalas will be reason for me, for my enjoyment as well as for my suffering. So that is the reason Swami Vivekananda tells that the effect of karma and the role of karma is really stupendous, enormous, but unfortunately we have not thought over. In this first chapter, karma and its effect on character, he discusses the role and effect of karma in a very large way, in a very broad way, at different levels, at individual level, at the level of society, at the level of country. That is what cosmic level. Whoever has studied the Vedas, again, if you are a very serious student, and if you are a very serious thinker, and you have got a good amount of knowledge about Eastern philosophy and as well as Eastern philosophy especially, this point you'll probably be able to understand, and you'll be able to appreciate what is the contribution of Swami Vivekananda with respect to Karma Yoga, one of the contribution. If you study the Vedas, at broad classification, we divide the Vedas into Gnana Kanda and Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is nothing but the mantras, the Vedic hymns pertaining to rituals, different type of sacrifices and rituals. And the Gnana Kanda is the very little portion of the Vedas, almost the end portion of the Vedas, which is part of Vedanta. That is the Gnana portion, the knowledge portion. Who am I? Who is God? And what is this world? What are their nature? And what is the relationship between all these things? That's what the whole philosophy discusses. Philosophy discusses only these three angles of triangle, we say, like the three main concepts of any philosophy has to discuss. These are the three. Who am I? Who is God? And what is this world? And what is the relationship between these three? So the Gnana Kanda portion of the Veda, the knowledge portion of the Vedas, they try to discuss these things. And there, the karma is separate, the work is separate, and the Gnana, the knowledge is separate. For a student, for a householder, and the forest dweller, brahmacharya, garahastha, vanaprastha. For all of these three stages of people, the work and the upasana, worship was mandatory. Knowledge also is included. Whereas for the monk, who is the fourth stage of life, for him work was not at all. The work has to be renounced for him knowledge alone or little upasana maybe. This was in the Vedic times we see. But if you see in Bhagavad Gita, if you have studied deeply Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavan Krishna, the Lord Krishna says that by doing the work, you are going to attain whatever you want, either in the empirical life as well as in the spiritual life. The Brahmagnana or Atmagnana also can be attained. And he gives the example of like King Janaka, who was a Brahmagnani, Atmagnani. He was a king, he was ruling the world. At the same time, he was the knower of Brahman. How? By doing his duty properly. So there, the distinction between the work and knowledge has been loosened. And by work, you can get the Atmagnana as been told in a very subtle way. Whereas Swamiji, beautifully, he brings, again, the ideas and ideals of Ramakrishna mission, Ramakrishna Math and mission, Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitayacha, for one's own liberation and welfare of the humanity. If you see that, the karma, the effect of karma has been broadened. By doing karma yoga, the path of selfless action, by following it and by doing action in a right way, what happens? I will be also benefited and the whole world will be benefited. So Swami Vivekananda has broadened this karma he has taken to the level of cosmos, where in the Vedas we get the seeds. And even in Upanishads, even in Gita. But very explicitly, very clearly, Swami Vivekananda has told, and he has made the philosophy of the life, philosophy of the organization, philosophy of the monks, philosophy of the devotees. Lay people are the monks. For them, this became the philosophy. That is the beauty of Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga. When you study again Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga deeply, all these points you'll be able to understand and appreciate. Otherwise, definitely you'll not be able to. Again, I can go many other things, but I think probably we'll go to Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga a little more. Previous week, I was telling about the willpower. Why should we work? When I ask someone, they say, oh, it is for bread and butter, for my livelihood, for my having a house, to take care of me, take care of my would-be, to take care of my children, I have to work. Otherwise, who will feed me? This is the general primitive preliminary idea everyone will have. Or if I scratch them more, if I ask them to think little more, they will say, probably by doing good work, I'll be benefited. I may get name and fame. And if I'm an accomplisher, if I achieve many things, then probably I'll be looked as a celebrity. People will follow me. I've got a lot of followers. Fan followers I will be having. So I'll get a lot of name and fame, you can say. Our inferiority complex can be checked. All these things, generally these are the two ideas we get from the common people when we ask. But Swami Vivekananda says that. He gives an example of Lord Buddha and Lord Jesus Christ, saying that. How these people were created. Lord Buddha has got a different personality. And he has a tremendous willpower. He did lot of sadhana, lot of penance and all. Finally understood by all these things, I'm not going to get it. Till understanding who am I, or till getting the realization, self-realization, or till getting bodhisattva, whether this body may exist or may perish, I will not get from this seat, particular seat, the Bodhi Ruksha, where we see in India in Bodha Gaya. I will not get up away from the seat. And he sat in meditation for hours together, for months together, for years together, and he got that realization. He had a tremendous willpower. We today, we have got, okay, we decide, morning, let me get up at 5 o'clock. And the alarm rings and I see, oh, temperature is 1, 2, it is cold and I'm feeling sleepy. I think I may have a little headache also. Okay, let me see tomorrow or day after I will sleep. Because our willpower is so less and so weak. For him, it was not for 1 hour, for 2 hours, for 5 hours, not for 10 hours, and for 1 day, for 1 week, for 1 month. It was till getting self-realization or bodhisattva, attaining bodhisattva. The tremendous willpower he had. Even we can see in the life of Jesus Christ. Probably whatever the leaders of Jews, whatever they asked pertaining to their idea, synchronizing their ideas and their philosophy, if Jesus had told probably, then he would have been spared. But he was crucified. And he had to bear so much pain. And while he was crucifying, he also prayed for the people. Oh God, they don't understand what they are doing. Please don't let there no be sin on them, let there no be curse on them. Please excuse them. Such a magnanimous heart he had. At all that time, he never moved away from his thinking, from his path. How was it possible? Because of his tremendous willpower. And whoever the people who have created the history, either in the political field, or in the field of science, or in the field of religion, field of spirituality, in the field of arts, whoever the achiever in any field, they had got tremendous perseverance, tenacity, all these things we say, because of the willpower. And Swami Vivekananda says, the karma, the action produces this willpower. And this Lord Buddha was the manifestation of complete willpower. The Jesus Christ, he was the embodiment of the willpower. Even if you say Thomas Alva Edison, all the scientists we say, they spend a lot of time, they dedicated their time, they committed for their whatever they wanted to achieve, whatever they wanted to find out or discover, invent, because of the tremendous passion, you say, perseverance, you can say, all these things. But if you boil down to the one word, it is willpower. And this willpower is created by our karma. You see, again, the role and effect of karma is tremendous. Now, if I want to increase my willpower, I can do anything and everything provided in the boundary. Yes, I can do it, but it depends on my willpower. And thus, willpower is created by my own action. But we have never thought the role and effect of karma, work or action from this point. And what happens from that? One, you will be the successful person, no doubt. And Swami Vivekananda says that these people will be the center of attraction of the world. Why? Because of the tremendous gigantic willpower, he uses the word gigantic willpower, Swami Vivekananda. From that, they were able to attract the entire world. The world followed them. The people followed them and they are following them even today. Why? Because of the tremendous willpower. And he also makes a beautiful observation that it is not only because of hereditary. Some of us feel that, oh, he's a born genius. Why? Because he's from good family, because he's from good country, because their parents are well educated, because their parents are genius, their parents are achievers. And that's the reason even these people also were able to achieve. If you say, and I belong to poor family, my father and mother were not educated, they were not achievers, they were a common people, so I am not achieved. There is no specific reason, special reason for that. Because my parents were not there, even I am not there, you may say. But Swami Vivekananda gives an example of, again, Lord Jesus and Lord Buddha. Buddha's father was a just, he was a king of the small empire. And if you see the father of the Jesus Christ, he was just a carpenter, ordinary carpenter. Thousands of carpenters we can see in every country. If the hereditary is the cause for our success, if the hereditary is cause for our willpower, then how can the Buddha was a great person? His father was not. His father may be a great person, but not to that extent like what Lord Buddha achieved. And Lord Jesus Christ, whatever he achieved, to that extent, his father was not great. Hereditary will have some impact on us, no doubt. It can create some effect on us, no doubt. Based on our karma only, we will be born to particular parents, no doubt. But it is not the only reason for our achievements. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. So that may play an impact, play a role in our field, in our thinking, in our achievements, no doubt. But it all because of our karma, because of our willpower. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. The gigantic will which Buddha and Jesus threw over the world, when did it come? When did it this accumulation of power? It must have been there through ages and ages, continually growing bigger and bigger until it burst on society in a Buddha or a Jesus form, even rolling down to the present day. Now, this point, when we read, probably everyone will read, okay, so the Lord Buddha and Jesus Christ has been created in a due course of time. We understand, we go away. But here the point is, this is an answer for many of our questions. Till when we should work? When will be successful people? When I can be when I can be like Swami Vivekananda? When I can, if I'm a spiritual person, when I can be like probably Saint Patrick, we are getting his birthday. Or when I can be Saint Francis of Assisi. Oh, they were all great spiritual giants. So if I'm a spiritual person, you may think, or you may get a question, when I can be like that? If I'm in the science field, any scientist name I will take, when I can be like him or her, we will get a question, isn't it? So here, Swami Vivekananda is giving an answer. Just like the collection of small waves will give the result to the big wave, which we see actually. So similarly, every small work we do from dawn to dusk, from morning to night, every small work, every small action, small thinking, small feeling, small willing, all these things will create a tremendous willpower in our life. It doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in 1 month. It doesn't happen in 1 year. So slowly, accumulation, we have to do it. So today I think that tomorrow I will be the greatest person I want to become. And today I start, tomorrow I cannot be. Miracle doesn't happen like this. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. So if you want to be like Lord Buddha or Lord Jesus Christ or any person of embodiment of the great willpower, gigantic willpower, you have to work hard for a long time. Then only it is possible. So today, at present, where I am, I have to understand. What is my strength? I have to understand. What is my weakness? I have to understand. And how much I am able to exercise my willpower, I have to understand. From there, I have to start my journey and I have to slowly accumulate the energy, willpower more and more so that I can progress in my life. Neither I need to feel superior, nor I need to feel inferior. Where I am, I have to understand and I have to progress. And afterwards, Swami Vivekananda again makes a beautiful one more statement that yogyata we say in Sanskrit. No one can get anything unless he earns it. I'm a happy person. I'm a successful person. Whatever I want, whatever I wish, more or less, I'm getting it. God is gracious. Someone say God is gracious. Someone say that, yes, because of me. Yes, you are right. Because of you and because of your action. And someone say that, how much ever I try, I'm not successful. Failure is coming again and again. It has become part and parcel of life, like would be that failures are not leaving at all me. What happens? Why? God is impartial. God is very cruel. How we can be like this and all we say that. But it is actually because of my own actions results. Because of my own karma phala, either in the previous life or in the present life. Whatever we have done, that's why we are getting. So whether I get happiness, unhappiness, whether I get a joy or sorrow, success or unsuccess, name and fame or ill fame, all these things, I deserve it because of my actions, either present action or my previous action. So that we have to understand. So stop blaming people, stop blaming the world, stop blaming the God. So we have to take the responsibility on us. Then you may say, Swami, then why should we pray? If I am the reason for my life, I am the maker of my destiny, or like Swami Vivekananda said, you are the creator of your own destiny, then why should I pray to God? Why should I go to temple? Why should I go to church? Why should I go to mosque? Or why should I to Gurudwara or anywhere? Why should I spend some time there? Yes. At some point of time, we understand that I have got some limitations to my body, to my senses, to my mind, to my intellect, and to my willpower. I need somewhere the help of divine providence. And when I pray, what happens? Lot of obstacles can be removed from the grace, from divine grace of Lord. That's the one thing. And second thing, when I'm praying, when I do a lot of prayers, what happens? My mind becomes softened with the grand ideas. Then I'll be able to observe the good ideas also. Even from agnostic point of view, if you think, or from very rational point of view, even if you think, by doing prayers, what happens? It creates a positive vibes, positive impressions in me, so that my mind will be tuned to the positive vibes, so that I'll be able to go further progress. That also can be thought. Now, Swamiji is telling that. Or you may get a question, oh Swami, we have seen some people, they cheat. They cheat people, they cheat the neighbors, they cheat the society, they cheat the country, and they get lot of riches. And he become a millionaire. And whereas God-fearing people or who practices morality and ethics to a certain extent, they always suffer. Many times they suffer. And if you see the history, all the great people who never sinned in their life at all, like either maybe Christ or Swami Vivekananda, all these people, they had to suffer a lot. They had to face a lot of problems. They had to face a lot of adverse circumstances, all these things. By seeing that, probably I feel that even I cheat someone, there is no problem because I will be happy. Whatever I will get it. Why should I be a moral person and why should I get into problems? Such type of question, such type of thinking, definitely we will get it many times. And do people ask? Why? Swami Vivekananda's mother herself, she said once, after Swami Vivekananda's father passing away, everyone, they misused the Swami Vivekananda's father's name and they had borrowed the money. As a result, after his father's passing away, whatever the money was there and little jewels and all, they had to give away to clear the debts. And the only one house was left, and the relatives whom Swami Vivekananda's father is to help them. He had given the food, clothes, shelter and all. Even they cheated, and Swami Vivekananda, his mother and his two elder sisters and two younger brothers, all were removed. All were asked to go out from the house. Such difficulties Swami Vivekananda and his family had to face. So when they were at the distress, when Swami Vivekananda got up early morning and he started praying for God. And his mother says, oh, from young age, from childhood, you were praying and I was praying. And what did God do for us? With continuous problems. So much problems for us. Even for my enemy, they should not have such type of problem. Then what is the use of praying for God, my dear Naren? Why do you pray even now? She asked his son, and Swami Vivekananda also started thinking. So such type of thoughts and probably ideas, definitely it haunts our mind when we are in distress, when we are in difficulty. Here Swami Vivekananda is giving an answer for all of this thing, that he may be a rich person by cheating the people, no doubt. He has got a big mason, good house. He may have got a BMW car, and he has got a good bank balance, and he has got all the good furnitures, the best furnitures from the world he may be having. All these things, externally he may be enjoying all these things, but internally he will not be able to enjoy. So that we have to understand. So whatever we deserve, that much only we will be able to enjoy. That much only we will be able to enjoy. This is a beautiful karma siddhanta has been given by Swami Vivekananda. Probably I will try to explain this in a different way because it's a very sensible point. Now, by doing some good action, or by doing some penance, or by helping some poor people, I created a lot of punya, virtues. As a result, I became the president of the Ireland. Fine. But in reality, from the personality point of view, from the character point of view, from the eligibility point of view, from the capacity point of view, I was not capable for that seat. I was not capable for that seat. I may become the president of the Ireland. I may enjoy the power position to a certain extent, but I will not be able to really command the people, command the society. Whereas a person who really deserves for that position, and if he goes and sits in that place, he will be able to command the respect. He'll be able to do much more service to the people and the society and to the country, and the people also will respect, not because of his power and position, because of his personality and because of his achievements. So the karma can create one is karma phala, and the karma also can bring the yogyata. So these are the two very important things which again we have to think. Sometimes we feel, oh, he was not actually capable person, eligible person. He has become the manager of a company. How was it? I don't know. Someone say, oh, maybe he has bribed. Oh, because he has put some buttering someone. So many reasons we give it, but probably because of karma phala. He has done some good action sometime, some point of time, either in this life or in the previous life. There's a reason he has gone and he has sat there. He has become the manager, and for that he is getting a good, probably little name and fame, power, position, little uh, money, economical accomplishments he might have got. But inside, he will not be happy. Inside, he will not be confident. He will not be able to enjoy the power in a right way, I mean to say, in right sense. So this karma produces two things. One is karma phala, and the other is yogyata. But fortunately or unfortunately, we common people, we are always bothered about the karma and karma phala, and we are not bothered about the karma and the other aspect called yogyata, eligibility. So this karma also has got other aspect. This we have to think. A person may be a millionaire or billionaire, but the yogyata, if is not there for him, definitely he will not be able to enjoy. And a person, a peaceful person, is a middle class person, is a lower middle class person. He doesn't have riches, he doesn't have name and fame, but whatever is there, in that he will be the happiest person. Now we should decide. A person with having a millions of dollars or millions of euros and without capable for that, without eligibility for that, and suffering inside and feeling inferior inside in heart of heart, whether he is right or it is proper, or the person who has got the low income but at the same time is peaceful and is eligible for whatever he wanted or he is getting and is enjoying his life. Now we should decide which we want, what type of life we want. So the karma produces karma phala and the yogyata. We have to think. So someone has got, by cheating the people, by cheating the society, he has got his name and fame, his power and position, his money will be limited. It will be temporary in nature. This also we have to understand. So that's the reason Swami Vivekananda say, we earn whatever is ours. Really, we earn whatever is ours. It will never go away from us, and if we are not fit for that, and it will, time being, it may stay with us, but afterwards it will go away, it will get away, it leaves away. After telling this, Swami Vivekananda said, we are responsible for what we are. Whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. We are responsible for what we are, fine. Whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. When you listen to the second part of the sentence, immediately a serious thinker who has got the philosophical background, he or she will think that, so that means what? Swami Vivekananda is advocating the law of the idea of free will. In the Western philosophy, whether there is a will and free will, there's a lot of discussion. Theories have come. In Indian philosophy, but in Indian philosophy also discussions have been done, but mostly they say that whatever the providence think, whatever the Lord thinks, it happens. So Swami Vivekananda makes very clearly, though there are different opinions, different philosophies, different discussions on it, but Swami Vivekananda tells very clearly that there is a will, there is no free will. Here itself Swamiji said, whatever we wish ourselves to be, we have the power to make ourselves. So whatever I think, I can achieve it. That means what? I've got a free will. You may say, no. Why? This can be, again, from two aspects, from two different aspects, we can try to understand. The will is a part of our mind. I will do it, I will not do it. The volition, whatever we say, the volition is a part of the mind. The mind is the part of this nature, the world. And the mind is the part of time and space causation, isn't it? That is the reason there is a will, there is no free will. So the free will is a misnomer. Swami Vivekananda beautifully, rightfully tells that. Then whatever I think I can achieve, you are the creator of your own destiny, you can do anything and everything, etc., etc. Swami Vivekananda himself has said, Upanishads have said, and you people keep saying this, quoting the Swami Vivekananda statements, then are they wrong? Are they then just to make us feel better? Are you saying all of these things? No. Now, here again, we have to think little deeply. Now, I became a monk. Fine. There are a number of people in and around us. If he or she thinks that if I become a monk, it will be nice. Monk or nun. They may think, they may desire, but they will never try. Oh, it is all nice, yes, fine, but they keep quiet. Some part of people, they think, probably, should I not try for this life, spiritual life, for joining monastery? They think for some time, they keep it. That's it. It goes away again. Some people, they think little bit serious, and they make an attempt and they were not successful. Some of them, many are called, few are chosen, like some of them they try and to larger extent they were successful. Okay, this is one example. And there are a number of people, they might know about it, they might not know it. They never think that we also should take this life of spirituality or we should join the monastery. Why not? They could also have a thought over, isn't it? But they will not think. Why? Because their samskaras, their tendencies are different. And their tendencies or samskaras are depending upon what? Their karma or their actions. I was able to pursue this life because of my samskaras, because of my tendencies, based on my actions in this present life, in the previous life. I may become an IS officer if I try. I can be the president of Ireland if I try, no doubt. But I may never get this idea. Or even if it gets, I seriously don't pursue it because of my samskaras, because of my nature, because of my personality, because of my character, because of my mental tendencies. All these things are produced by karma only again. So I have got a will. So whatever I desire, whatever I think, whatever I dream, whatever I fix my goal and I try, everything will be only in a certain boundary. Beyond that boundary, I or you will never think. Again, it is a very subtle point. From psychological angle, it has got a deeper significance. We have to think little, sitting calmly and we have to think. There are a number of possibilities for every human being. He or she can do anything and everything. There are a number of possibilities, but we don't do it. Only few possibilities we try. Why? Because of my samskaras, because of one's own personality, because of one's own character, because of one's own thinking, our taste, our vasanas, all these things, because of karma. So in my boundary, depending on my tendencies, depending on my nature, depending on my character, in that particular boundary, I can achieve to the full extent possible. I can have a self-realization if I'm a spiritual aspirant. If you're a business entrepreneur, you can be one of the top 10 business persons in the country or in the world. If you are following the path of science, empirical science, you can be one of the best scientists. If you are following the research field, probably you can be one of the best researcher and you can do a lot of new findings and you can add the feathers for the knowledge. In that particular aspect or in the particular field or in the particular path where we are taking, we can reach to the ultimate. That's what, from that angle or from that sense, Swami Vivekananda or Upanishads, they say that you can do anything and everything. So from this aspect, two aspects. One is philosophical angle, the other is psychological angle. From these two aspects also we can say very clearly, we can understand that there is a will, there is no free will. And afterwards, Swami Vivekananda says that if what we are now has been the result of our own past actions, today whatever I am, that is the result of my past actions in the present life as well as in the previous life. It certainly follows that whatever we wish to be in future can be produced by our present actions. So this particular sentence we have to mark it according to me. Why? Mostly in India, I've seen, even in the world, even the different people, when we discuss, we see that this law of karma, unfortunately, they boil down to the fatalistic theory. Oh, why I'm unhappy? Oh, because of my fate. Why am I happy? Because of my fate. Or when I'm happy because of me, we say that. But when we say I'm unhappy, unsuccessful because of my fate, we say. So we have boiled down, we have narrowed down the law of karma, karma siddhanta, to the fatalistic theory. Vidhivada in Sanskrit, if you want me to say. Vidhivada. Everything. If you see, that's the reason. When you see the youngsters, generally I'm saying, don't take otherwise. In generally, when we speak with the youngsters, they're optimistic in their, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, I can, blah, blah, and all they'll be saying. They're optimistic in their outlook in general. Whereas if you see the frag end of the life, people who are there, they're pessimistic in their approach, many of us, if not all. Oh, the world is like this. I tried like this. I tried. I did this. I didn't do this, etc., etc. They'll be pessimistic because they feel that the fate has pushed me like this. Whatever I want, I didn't do it. I couldn't do it, etc., etc. So we have narrowed down. We have boiled down the law of karma, the karma siddhanta, to the fatalistic theory, vidivada. It is not true actually. The law of karma, if you understand properly, it gives a tremendous self-confidence for us that it is the science of infinite possibilities. Why? Today, whatever I am, that's the result of my past actions in the present life as well as in the previous life. And whatever today I'm performing, the karma, that will decide my future. It means I can do anything and everything in that boundary, isn't it? So I should take the responsibility of my life. It's very important. Mindfulness, awareness, consciousness, if you see, in the day-to-day thing, in the empirical meaning, we can take this. All the great people, all the successful people, they took the responsibility on ourselves, on themselves. That is what Shraddha, according to Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda says, the old religion is to describe the theist as one who has got a faith or belief or shraddha in the God, in the existence of God. But today, I am explaining or I am describing who is theist? One who has faith or belief or shraddha in himself. Why? Because if he doesn't have a faith or belief in himself, definitely he cannot have faith and belief even in the God. And this faith or belief or shraddha, which is one of the dearest words from Vivekananda, this shraddha means freedom, responsibility. One who has got shraddha on him, he will be responsible for himself, for herself. When I say that he or she will be responsible for herself, that means what? He or she will be responsible for him or her actions, then thinking, emotions, feeling, behavior, goals, achievements, work quality, so on and so forth. We can discuss so many things. Probably when I discussed 2 months before when I gave a talk on Shraddha, I have discussed all these things. Self-efficacy, self-responsibility, all these things I have discussed. So that means what? When I've got a responsibility on myself, I can do anything and everything. That's what Karma Siddhanta is teaching me. So the Karma Siddhanta, the law of karma, is never the fatalistic theory. It is the science of infinite possibilities. Only we have to understand. And again, after all hearing it, we should understand the science of work. That means because karma has got tremendous impact on our life and as well as society, then how to work? Probably this question you may get it. Swami Vivekananda himself is raising that question. What is the use of learning? How to work then? He says that everyone works in some way or other in the world, but there is such a thing as filtering away our energies. With regard to Karma Yoga, the Gita says that it is doing work with cleverness and as a science. That is Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. That Kaushala can be again understood at two levels, at two angles. One is empirically, dexterity, we say. Empirical, he's very smart in work. He has got a lot of skills in his work. Externally, we say. And the other is attitude. emotions, feelings, sankalpa, we say that in Kannada, I mean in Sanskrit. Either sankalpa or what attitude you are, on attitude, why you are working. These things are very, very important. But unfortunately, we are not aware of it, we are not conscious of it. Every one of us, we are working, no doubt. But some are very good, some are best, some are okay, and some are worst. Why? One is externally. Yes, some have got good skills, they are able to do it. Some of them, they have not good skills, fine. That's the one externally. And internally also, based on their emotions and based on their attitudes also, there's a lot of difference. And by karma, Swami Vivekananda makes a beautiful observation that everyone is working in the world, no doubt, but many people's mind and energy is getting frittering away. It is getting wasted. Whereas a person with full of concentration, a person with full of awareness, his energy will never be frittered away. It will never be wasted. As a result, it will create tremendous willpower in him. So the work can create tremendous willpower. Swami Vivekananda has made a statement. Now for that he is giving an answer here. By work, by karma, tremendous willpower is developed, but we are not aware. To understand this, we have to understand the science of work or performing work. That is what yoga karma kaushalam, or dexterity in work, the science of work, how to work, either external skills and internal skills. To know this, we have to study karma yoga. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. Probably I'll give you a small a story anecdote which happened in Ramakrishna monastery, and I will end my talk. Swami Brahmananji, who was the spiritual son of Lord Sri Ramakrishna, when he was there was a rule in the Belur monastery that morning you have to get up at 3:30 or 4, and after Mangala they should come and sit in Swami Brahmananda's room for an hour or two for meditation in and around him. So that was a rule made by him. So all the monks and novices, they used to, after finishing the morning prayer, worship, they used to go to his room and they used to sit in and around him and they used to meditate. After a few days, Swami Brahmananji gave a potato for everyone. And he asked, just you peel the skin of it. Everyone peeled the skin of the potato and it was handed over to Swami Brahmananji. And he was observing and he was examining each potato. And one particular potato, he took it and he asked, who has peeled this potato skin, this skin? Then Swami Shuddhananji, he got up. He was one of the, again, great spiritual luminary of our Ramakrishna order. He was known to be as a Brahmagnani and was the great disciple of Swami Vivekananda. He got up and said, Maharaj, I have done that. Oh, you are capable of, you are eligible for meditation, he says this. Now you may ask, someone has peeled the potato skin and you are saying that he is eligible for meditation, capable of doing real meditation. We all sit and practice, we try to practice meditation, but it is not happening actually. But whereas Swami Brahmananji says for Swami Shuddhananji that you are eligible to practice meditation. So what had happened actually? While he was peeling the skin of potato, the skin, whatever the minimal has to be peeled, so the minimal portion was peeled, not extra. The portion of the potato, the flesh portion of the potato was not peeled, and there was no mark anywhere. And it was to look into, when you look that potato also, it was so nice. Somewhere some depth scar will be there when you peel the potato. Somewhere it is thin, somewhere the skins has been left out, somewhere it has been done little deep while peeling. All these things we experience, isn't it? But in the potato it was never. And if you see the skin of the potato which Swami Shuddhananji had peeled, there was no extra potato portion was left on the skin. Again, the dexterity in work, yoga karmasa kaushala, because his mind was fully concentrated. His mind was fully concentrated with full of awareness, full of mindfulness, full of consciousness. He was able to do that. When his mind is so mature, he will be able to meditate also. So anyone and everyone cannot practice karma yoga. We cannot take the path of selfless action. We have to do a lot of preparations, no doubt, for any yoga, of course, for any path, for this also. So we have to do a lot of practices, lot of preparations also. Swami Shuddhanji was one of the person whose mind was prepared for that. There's a reason. And Kali Puja time, all the monks were busy in worshipping, doing prayer, and they were all in the part and parcel of worship. When the worship was over at midnight, 2 or 3 a.m., when they came out, 2 a.m. around, they came out, and Swami Shuddhananji came out. I mean, after so many years, this story happened, this incident happened. Swami Shuddhananji came out from his room. Then Swami Shuddhananji asked for the monk, "Oh, Kali Puja is over?" "Yes, Maharaj. It got over and we all feel blessed. We all felt blessed because there was so spiritual atmosphere there." Fine. But he asked, "Maharaj, but we didn't see you." "Oh, yes, I did Kali Puja in my room." So then that young monk thought, "Oh, Maharaj, that means you had probably had a portrait of Mother Kali and you did puja here itself. You wanted to do personal, private worship." "No." "Then were you sitting and you were meditating on Mother Kali, or were you witnessing the worship sitting from your room, Maharaj?" "No." Then how did you say, or what make you to say that you finished your Kali Puja, performing worship of Mother Kali sitting in your room? He says that I finished the editing complete works of Swami Vivekananda, particular volume or particular book. Now you see, a young monk is telling that he finished his worship. He finished his prayer and worship from the chapel, from the temple. And here a Swami is sitting, he was sitting and doing the proofreading work, and he came out and he said that I did my Kali Puja, worship of Mother Kali in my room. The work is worship. Because even from his beginning time itself, he had prepared his mind. So if you see in the afterwards in his life, for him every work was the worship to his chosen deity, or to the deity, or to the god or goddesses. Work is worship, spiritualizing everyday life, divinizing every action we all speak. This we can see in the life of Swami Shuddhananji very beautifully. For that, we have to understand the science behind the work. We have to understand the path of selfless action. Then every work of us can be the worship towards our chosen deity, our Ishta Devata. By that, every work can be translated into the worship or spiritual practice. That is the beauty of Karma Yoga. One is it creates a tremendous willpower, and also it teaches us how to make every secular action to be converted into spiritual action. That is the reason we have to study and we have to understand Karma Yoga. May the Lord bless all of us so that let our mind understand and prepare ourselves to practice this Karma Yoga in a befitting manner. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.